Welcome to Illest Interviews. I'm your host, Ron B, and I have my guest with me. But before I introduce her, I want to go over some things with you all that's watching. Illest Barbers, we are definitely trying to expand the brand, and we're doing podcasts like barber talk shows. We're really trying to highlight barbers all over the DMV. And this particular talk show is going to be going over and highlighting female barbers that are in a dominant male industry. Um, it's really the norm now that females do cut hair for guys and for females. But I feel like, with these next few interviews that I'll do, I want to really, really highlight and focus on female barbers that are, really doing it in this male dominant industry, because it's not too many females that would, step up to the plate and do it, especially from years ago, but now, being as though it's post-COVID, it's 2024, that is no longer, it is definitely the norm now. And my guest that I have with me today is Miss Sabrae. How's it going, Miss Sabrae?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. How's
Yeah,
everybody?
yeah,
Everybody's doing great. Thank y'all
good.
for tuning
Yeah,
in.
yeah. So you've been with DMV Illest for a while now, pretty much
Yeah.
since we started. You've been,
Wow.
I feel like you've been a judge one or two times for our battles, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then now you have done the recap, right? With
I've done a recap, but I've also competed. I've competed
and
twice.
you competed. So you've
Yep.
competed, you've been a judge, and you also been a host with your boy Guy So Icy
Yes.
for
Yes. Yes. That was fun.
our recaps, right? For our recaps for our battle. So let's go over the recaps real quick before we go into the actual interview. So how do
Okay.
you feel about the recaps?
I love the recaps. It's a competitive barbering is a competitive industry. It's a competitive sport. So, to be a part of it, to do it, and to judge it, um, I think that was super cool.
Yeah, yeah,
We get our work gets critiqued all the time, but when it's critiqued by like peers, it
right.
means something different.
Yeah, yeah. Good answer. So we got to get back to doing the recaps and stuff like that, because that was just like real detailed on specific battles and why certain barbers won, and you all's eye is different from the audience's eye. So it's just like
Yeah,
people be trying to figure out how they end up with it, and this one didn't, and this, so that is
yeah.
the reason why we have the illest recap. So let's focus on you, Mr. Bray. You have a barbershop now. You are a new barbershop owner. Can we go into that a little bit? Can you tell us the name of your barbershop?
Sure, sure. This is my third year as an owner. It's called VIP Cuts in Bowie, Maryland.
Okay, okay. It's been 3 years. It's been
It's
3 years.
been 3 years, yeah,
Oh,
in March.
okay, yeah. I thought it's been like a year and a half or two, but yeah, I'm off a year.
Wow, yeah.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's good. That's good. So how's that turning out? I know it might have been a little slow in the beginning, but now it
Yeah,
seems like everything is kind of booming.
yeah. So being a barbershop owner is no walk in the park.
Of course not.
It is a simple business model,
Mhm.
but you're dealing with independent contractors, not
Mhm.
regular 9 to 5 employees. So
Mhm.
it has its challenges, but I wouldn't trade it. I love it. I love the industry. I love to be able to give opportunities to other barbers,
Yeah,
create that ideal work environment because that matters a lot to us.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just my goal is to create an ideal work environment that I want to work in.
Right, right. Okay. And being a barber and a owner, do you feel like it's some challenges doing both?
There are challenges doing both, but I
Mhm.
think doing both is the best. I think working for a barbershop, I mean working for an owner or working in a barbershop that is
Mhm.
owned by a barber is
Mhm.
probably the best way to go.
Okay, okay. Good answer. And are you trying to expand possibly and maybe go to
Yeah, I
other
would love to
cities or
expand,
okay,
I'm waiting for God to grant me with the right
course.
opportunity.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course. Now that's good. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
good. VIP cuts. That's what's up in Bowie, Maryland. So what inspired you to become a barber in a male dominant industry?
Um, I'm not gonna lie. Initially, I was uncertain of what I wanted to do with my
Okay.
career in life. Like I started cutting hair I started in barber school when I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
So I had one career path that I was thinking that I wanted to get into. Right after high school, we're trying to figure out what we want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't necessarily need a degree to do that. It was for audio engineering.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I can work in a church. I can, do something like that to get the know-how. I have a gift of gab. I don't have to spend money for college. So I withdrew myself because
Mm-hmm.
for some reason I understood the concept of debt back then. I don't know how. Thank God I did. So
Right.
I said, okay,
Yeah.
well, till then, let me go ahead and get a trade. And
Mm-hmm.
I knew about Bladensburg Barber School
Gotcha.
in Bladensburg, Maryland. I
Of
think
course.
what is it, Highsfield, Bladensburg?
Yeah, it'll be
But
Plattsburgh. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, shout out to them.
Of course.
They were excellent. And I enrolled and I said, well, worst case scenario, it's a trade. Worst case scenario, I know how to make some extra money.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really just, I don't know what I want to do, but I know I didn't want to be in like the rat race of just a job. And
Okay.
I didn't have a formal education. So a job is one thing when you have the credentials, like a
Right.
degree,
Mm-hmm.
you can climb that ladder. When you don't have a degree, you're kind of like, there's a short ceiling.
It's a
So
yeah,
I
it's a
said,
cap. Yeah.
yeah, a low one. And so I
Right.
said, let me go ahead and get a trade. And like if it doesn't pan out, at least I can like do a part-time, have some money in my pocket. And I just
Mm-hmm.
fell in love with it.
Okay. Okay. And so you got into the field, you said at 19,
19
2019?
years old.
Oh,
No,
oh, no,
19 years
19
old
years old.
in
Gotcha. Okay.
2011. Yeah,
Woo,
yeah, yeah.
2011.
32 now.
Okay, so you've been doing this for a while. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Over a decade. Okay, good, good. Well
Oh
over
yeah.
a decade. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so when you started, did you face any unique challenges as far as okay, I'm a female. Um, it's a lot of guys. I know you might cut a couple female cuts, but not too many. Of course, it was more men. Did you feel like that you were going to be like a little intimidated? I mean, it seems like you weren't, and you kind of knew what you was getting yourself into. Kind of go into that.
For sure I was intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
Any woman going into the barber industry should understand that you're a guest in men's house.
Mm,
Even as a barbershop owner, I always tell them, I'm a guest in your house. Men don't have anything but the barbershop a lot of times, especially black men.
right.
So that's where they go and they
There you
are
go.
candid with their speech. They
Mm-hmm.
are telling stories. They are,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Right.
I know when to I could join in a conversation. I know when this is not my convo.
Gotcha.
So, but of course, in the beginning, I was definitely intimidated. I remember going home crying, calling my mom, like, you wouldn't believe what they said to me today. But I developed a tough skin quick.
Okay. Okay.
And as long as you are yourself, you respect, in a male dominated environment, if you are yourself, you respect yourself, and you respect them, the jokes are gonna fly, but you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's speed it up to how you came across DMV Illest, and how did you come across us?
So online, Instagram,
Gotcha.
I was building clientele around the time where Instagram was still kind of new.
Yeah.
So I'm like adding my hashtags, I'm posting all the time, getting 5 likes, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
searching hashtags,
Right. Right.
DMV, searching DMV barbers, and somehow
Gotcha.
I stumbled across the
Awesome.
hashtags and
Yeah.
then, yep,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then we reached out, DM, this and that.
yep.
Yep. And
Hmm.
it went on from there. Okay. So
And it's been great, by the way.
yeah,
Love you
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you too. Is there any specific haircut or style that you particularly are passionate about?
Yes.
What? Which one?
My favorite haircut is fades.
Okay.
But more specifically, I am drawn to the clients who have like particular issues with their hair, maybe a little self-conscious about their hairline on one side, or they may have like a thinner area where you can
Okay.
blend it and make it not noticeable.
Got you. Okay. Okay. And
Mhm.
so, have you kind of like, okay, so do you feel like there is any trends out here that you kind of like? I know what you prefer, right? But is there any trends that you feel like is out there? Maybe not necessarily in the DMV, but like in other cities that you may have noticed?
Haircut trends or
Yeah.
products or what?
Haircut trends, haircut trends.
Haircut trends.
Yeah.
Honestly, no. I hate I hate that my answer is a no. I think that all haircuts are just a variation of three haircuts,
Yeah.
a
That's
regular bald
fine.
head and a
Yeah, yeah,
fade.
yeah, yeah.
And so, nah.
Not really.
It's
Okay.
no trend that really
Grab your
like has me
attention.
so cold that
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I love that.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay. And have you noticed any changes in the industry as far as perception towards female barbers over the years since you've been in the game?
It's definitely more common and normalized. I
Exactly.
do remember being in a barbershop where only old men and kids will let me cut their hair for the
Right,
most
right,
part.
right,
I had to earn my way to cut, average guy because
right, right.
they can see me and I'm feminine. So it's one thing to be a female barber, and there's another thing to be a feminine female barber.
Mhm.
They assume because you don't get haircuts that you don't really know what you're doing. For some
Right.
reason, the more masculine women, they don't get as they still get discriminated
They do.
against,
They do.
but
But
it's a
it's,
difference,
yeah, it is. Right.
But I never took offense to that
Okay.
because if
Okay.
I went to a hair salon and I'm looking for a good blowout, and
Right.
it's just a guy who looks like you
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
presenting as straight
Right.
masculine male, be
Right.
like, "How you doing, ma'am? You need some help?" I'm be like,
Uh,
"We don't really
you
know
doing a flick of the
how to."
wrist? You doing a flick of the wrist?
You feel me? Like you
Right.
know how to,
Right.
yeah. So I never took offense to that because I
Yeah.
understand. I
Okay.
understand it. I just knew that if they are in here when I do get a walk in or whatever, or one of
Mhm.
my clients come in, I'm gonna show them.
Okay. Good,
Yeah,
good. Okay. Sounds
but
good.
it's definitely more normalized. People usually don't bat an eye unless it's like a cultural thing or something.
Right, right. Okay. Um, a few more questions. What would you advise other women that's aspiring to be in the industry?
I would advise them to number one when it comes to for number one, you are a guest in a man's house
Hmm.
in this industry, and that
Hmm.
is okay. Obviously, you can still thrive. Obviously, you can still, go to the highest level. I have a shop, with that mentality, and I literally pay the bills there, and I say that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
but I understand what the dynamic is. I'm not going to try to feminize the environment, so you don't try to feminize the environment.
Hmm.
It's a male dominated space. It's
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
Respect yourself, respect the men in that room, and you will not have a problem. And also, you will have to prove yourself,
Yeah,
um, talent wise, and learn from everybody.
yeah,
Learn from every single barber in that shop. If you are fortunate enough to work in the shop, entering the industry, that's a whole nother conversation for another day as far
yeah.
as suites. But
Right, right, right.
if you work in a shop, learn from everybody, whether it's what to do, what not to do. If you understand that you have, if you're more at a disadvantage because you're a woman, that means your professionalism has to be on point.
Gotcha.
Your cuts have to be on point. Your
Hmm.
attention to detail, your feminine touch, all those things that could be looked at as a disadvantage, you can
Hmm.
actually use as an advantage.
Yeah,
And
good.
you can be quite successful,
Right.
doing this. It's a beautiful thing. I do have some clients where they say only a woman can cut my hair.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, especially nowadays.
so
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
gotten to that point,
Yeah, it's definitely the norm now. I
Mhm.
definitely will agree and will always say it. That's why I want to kind of highlight this topic a lot with different barbers that are females. Last question. So
Oh, wait.
go ahead.
Another word of advice for women: do
Hmm.
not date your clients.
Oh
Do
yeah,
not date
that's a good one.
coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
Do not do that.
Right.
Period.
Right. Good one. That's a good one. Um, you have products, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
Hmm.
So give us like a little background, not too long, but a nice little background of your products real quick for us.
So the products that I have, the most popular product is the beard butter.
Okay.
I have a beard butter, I have beard oil, and I have candles, leave-in conditioner, basically everything you need leaving out of the shop to maintain your haircut.
Cool.
And I started doing that because people kept asking me
Gotcha.
early in my career, what oil should I use? What beard oil should I use? What
Right.
shampoo should I use? I have beard wash. I
Right.
used to do shampoos, but they didn't sell as well.
Much. Okay. Did
Guys
you?
care about their beards more than their hair.
Of course we do. You already know what time it is with that. No, did you come in this barbershop with the products? I feel like you've had the products, or you started the products after you got the barbershop.
So I had a hair oil before the
Okay.
shop, and then I
Now
expanded
expand
shortly
after you
after
got
opening.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hmm.
That's good. Well, go ahead and to wrap this up, go ahead and let everybody know your Instagram and obviously where your barbershop is at.
Okay, I'm gonna also let you guys know my YouTube.
Oh
My
yeah,
YouTube,
all that.
yes, it's Love Miss Sabrae. It's gonna be a lot of barber content on there coming out, reviews of different clippers, just the way I do things. I'm 13-year industry veteran, so I have learned a lot of tricks to the trade, as far as cutting hair, as far as customer service, etc. How to own a barbershop and
Mm-hmm.
be fully staffed. I've learned a couple
Good.
things I would love to share.
Okay.
I'm going to start sharing that more.
Mm-hmm.
My Instagram is Mr. Bray, MSSABRAE. And yeah, and my barbershop is called VIP
There we
Cuts. It is
go. There we
located
go.
in Bowie, Maryland.
Mhm.
We have an excellent staff. There's 11 of us, and we really get down.
Yeah, that's good.
Check us out on Instagram at VIP Cuts. I mean, yes, VIP Cuts Barbershop.com, and on Instagram is VIP Cuts Bowie.
Yep. Okay. Well, we appreciate your time.
Thank
Illest,
you.
it's always a joy to have you a part of our team and to, get this interview done. And we will see you in the near future.
Yes.
I'm your
Thank you.
host, Ron Bizzle, and good night, good morning.
Yes, sir.